my thoughts. I shut it down wherever power is stored. Being real is in the past, watching cowards get on. It ain't kill me, so it's making me stronger. And these bite-sized rappers now sensing my...
What the hell's going on, people? This is Periodic, and you see the title of the video. We are jumping back into Dragonball Z Dokkan Battle in order to do another tier list. This is going to be for the month of September. And this is actually the earliest that I'm ever doing this tier list. Usually you want to wait until the end of the month, but we're pretty sure that there's going to be no more LRs coming out for the month of September. We'll most likely get Tech Gohan as a Dokkan Fest coming at the end of the month. So I'm pretty confident that nothing else is going to come out for LR. So this will be the LR list for September. And a few caveats, few disclaimers that I have to say before we go along any further. And I hope you are paying attention if you are watching this. This is for global. This is not Japan. As you can see at the bottom, Jiren and the Blue Boys are on Japan only. They will not be rated today. This is also not including any free-to-plays. This is just summonable LRs on the global version, international version of Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Thank you, Virus and Threat Protection, for letting me know that you scanned my device 4 times. I appreciate that. Anyway, last but not least, this is my opinion. Your opinion is different. That's why it's your opinion and why it's my opinion. Completely different. We may share the same thoughts on certain units. We may widely disagree. It does not make one opinion way better than the other. So if you want to argue your opinion, please go down there and argue your opinion. But if you start going, bro, you're so dumb, laughing my blah, 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 then I'm just going to ignore you because you're a moron who doesn't know how to, verbalize your thoughts on particular units. Okay. So be respectful because I'm always respectful to everyone. Unless if you're just a douche, then, Okay. So starting off, and we starting it off right as per usual. The worst LR summonable in the game, in my opinion, LR Trunks and Goten. Sorry, little Trunks and Goten. The reason being is they have the only super attack in the game that can potentially hurt you. It does. What I mean by that is it lowers your own attack on certain configurations of the super attack. That sucks. Like, you really need to get this boy on 18 key or else he's doing garbage damage. He doesn't have any defense to begin with. That is why he's on the bottom. By the way, this is going to be much faster because most of my LR tier lists are an hour long. I want this to be at most 30 minutes. So we're going to be flying through. But Goten and Trunks is kind of self-explanatory. They don't have a lot going on for them. LR Broly is also down here. I've said it a lot of times. The reason why they're great is because, and the reason why they're not considered to me the worst LR in the game is because they're still super useful in World Tournament. They still are very, very good. They're going to have more and more trouble as people acquire Vegeta and Napa more often, the AGL LR, and start using that as the AoE move unit because obviously that just completely demolishes the Broly. But for now, Broly is still extremely good in the World Tournament. What is a plus and minus for him is the fact that he has that 80,000 attack and the fact that he loses, 20,000 defense, if I remember correctly. As the supports get stronger and stronger, 20%, 30%, 40% support, 50% support. Some units giving 70% defense and whatnot. That 20,000 defense that he loses is going to be less and less as the metas get stronger and stronger. Meaning, let's just say if supports give him and leader skills get higher and higher, and he has an average of 100,000 defense. Okay, well, he's just losing a flat 20k. That puts him at 80. That's not crazy. Unfortunately, his attack works the same way. It's only a flat 80,000. So let's just say his attack again is 100,000. Now it's going to be 180. And let's just say supports and all that stuff get him up to 140. Well, now it's going to be, 220. So that 80,000 is not going to be such a huge, it's not going to make such a huge deal as the leader skills, just like his negative 20,000 defense is not going to be a big deal as leader skills and support passives get stronger and stronger. It also makes his attack buff being a static flat 80,000 damage or 80,000 attack. It's going to mean less and less. So hopefully he gets Extreme Z Awakening and that will turn into a percentage. He'll become way, way better. Last but not least on this Master Roshi tier is LR Majin Vegeta. He did just get his 12 key super attack changed. It looks absolutely gorgeous now, but unfortunately, he has 0 defense at all. I don't even think he has defensive links. He just has attack links and key links, which kind of stinks. And then obviously legendary power, where when he supers, he's going to get attack, but he doesn't even get defense in his links, which I thought was it kind of stinks, right? Like that would have been nice if he can gain some in there. Like even tech hit, for God's sakes, gets defense in his links. He doesn't have it in his passive, and he can't take a hit. But with the link, at least at level 10, he can take some kind of damage. Majin Vegeta is still an absolute piece of paper. He does a ton of damage, but he's a piece of paper. So that's why we have him there. And that's also why we have the LR Super Saiyan 3 on Kami tier, because if you choose to and you just throw a 12 key super attack out there, he at least has 70% defense. If I remember correctly, it's 70%. If I get some of these things wrong, guys, I'm going straight off the top of my head, all right? I've remembered a lot of these things, but some things I could just be wrong on. I could misremember it. But yeah, so LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku can do phenomenal damage on his 18 key, and if you need to tank, you would purposely get only the 12 key super attack, which works. So he can do just as much damage as Majin Vegeta, if not more, just as much damage as LR Goten and Trunks, if not more, yet he can still be defensive if he chooses to. Now, Goten and Trunks does, do that slight stacking of defense, but again, it's only on certain ones, and it's just real tricky to get. It's percentage, like, it just kind of sucks. Kami tier, another unit joining the Kami tier is Mega Colossal on both 12 and 18 key. Does absolutely insane damage. Again, unfortunately, he doesn't gain that much defense. I think even at full link level 10, he gains 20% defense. I believe 2 of the links give him 5% defense. 1 of them gives him 10% defense. So he's at a max of 20% defense, which is not crazy. He still does insane damage. Listen, the majority of these LR cards are going to do insane damage, but we do have to have some sort of survivability if we're going into Super Battle Road, if we're going into Legendary Goku event, if we're going into Infinite Dragon Ball history, particularly with all these missions. You want to be able to bring somebody that's just not going to die right off the bat. So that is why they are in the Kami tier. Now, a lot of units are going to be in the King Yama tier. First, we're going to bring Beerus. Reason why we're bringing Beerus into the King Yama tier is simply because he is very restricted in who he can use. You need a Vados, you need a Whis, you need a Beerus. That's it. Those are really 3 units. Now, there are a decent amount of other Beeruses that can be run alongside it with him. The physical Beerus, the tech Beerus, even the strength full power support Beerus. Unfortunately, I don't believe this boy is on full power, or no, Worthy Rivals, I'm sorry. It's something that prevents them from being run on the same team, and I forgot what it is, but I know it's something I don't very much enjoy, and I don't really feel like looking it up. But the Whis is still very good with him. The Vados is good. All those units are very good, but if he's not linking up with those units, then he's not going to be able to share a lot of links. Maybe 2, 3 at best, and that makes it a little sad. Another unit who is a little sad, he wishes he was stronger, was the physical Lrcell. He does great on Super Battle Road. Besides that, not really that great. He can't really get that much damage. He can't get to high levels of damage if he's not in Super Battle Road, and that kind of stinks. That makes him limited to certain events. Like, he's going to be struggle to do 2 million damage on a non-SBR match. Not acceptable in my opinion for an LR character. If we take a look at the physical Trunks, he's also going in the King Yama tier. He's a unit that I've had higher before, but I've decided to lower him a bit. 50% crit is always great. I don't like the fact that he only gains attack when he super attacks. And he does stack defense, which is good, not indefinitely, only for a certain amount of turns. So you do want to be able to get some additionals because, I mean, he, like I said, 50% crit, like just off the bat, that's fantastic. So additionals is the way to go on this boy, and he can fit on a lot of categories. So he's pretty good nowadays. Another unit who's pretty solid, but not anything better, is the Trunks and Mai. I do put him on the same tier as the Trunks just because he's fairly limited too, or they are fairly limited too. You really just want to stack it with time travelers. So you put him on that category, he is going to excel. He does have a lot of stuns that he can do, like a lot of stuns, but most units nowadays, most of the hard bosses besides SBR are immune to stun. So that mechanic kind of sucks. I do like if a unit has like built-in guard or attacks effective against all or reduces enemy guard, you know, things like that. Things that cannot be negated because majority of these like crit, stun, stuff like that, seal, I mean like 80% of the bosses have nullification to it, and that's kind of annoying. Physical Bardock is also going to be put in the King Yama tier. He's a jack of all trade. A lot of people ask me, like, hey, how good is Physical Bardock? Well, I would definitely run the TUR AGL Bardock over him, but if you want to do, I mean, listen, this dude at Link level 10 is very good. Like, he can put up a few million damage. He can tank decent. He's just, like I said, a jack of all trade. He doesn't really excel in one particular area, but he's good just on average, and so yeah, I'll put him there. I've talked about limitations before, and the GT trio, unfortunately, are very limited. Goku, Pan, and Trunks, you can only really run them on Dragon Ball Seekers. You're not going to put them on, you know, a Joint Forces team. And I don't even think they're on the youth category. They might be, but I'm not 100% sure. But Dragon Ball Seekers, mainly a free-to-play team if you want to run some good cards. And even though it can wreck Dokkan events, it can wreck Boss Rush, you're not going to be able to clear out some of the more difficult content in the game. And like I said, he's pretty limited to really being on that category. He's going to benefit a lot. These three are going to benefit a lot when they build out more GT units, more Dragon Ball Seeker units, when they actually fix that category and start putting Dragon Ball Seekers who are supposed to be on that category in the category. He's fantastic though, or they do a ton of damage, so they're still really, really good. Don't take the impression that I'm saying that they're bad. They're fantastic. Another unit that's fantastic. Woo, I talk about them all the time, and I want to put them higher, but I'm not going to. Lrui Goku Black and Zamasu. These two are something serious. They do everything you want. When they first came out, they were by far the best LR in the game. The fact that they gain attack as they get hit, so they can do 5 million damage. The fact that they give you back 15% HP every single time they show up. The fact that they stack their defense every single time they super attack, both on 12 and 18. It's a beautiful thing. And it's a Goku Black Zamasu. Their links are just scrum-diddly-umptious with all other Goku Black Rose, Zamasus, merged Zamasus, everything you can think of. These guys just... Another unit who's sorely underutilized and underrated is the LR Bojack. Bro, I'm telling you, when a Dokkan Fest Bojack and like his little squid odd comes out, oh, baby, this boy is going to be very, very good because he is very, very good right now. He can do insane damage. He can tank very well. The only thing that hurts him are his links. He's got like 2 dead links, which is like Heraclan and Galactic Warriors, if I remember correctly. But everything else is good. And the fact that he increases Extreme Allies attack by 40% on his 18, oof. I mean, that's really solid. Another unit who's just solid, but not necessarily top tiers, Vegeta and Napa. I feel like they released Vegeta and Napa a little bit too early. Kind of like the GT trio. They're going to need more Saiyan Saga units to really flesh them out as a solid team because no one really shares their links. It's just not a good look. So when they get better support cards and an actual like Saiyan Saga category team, which come on, Dokkan, you gotta come out with it. Let's get a dual Dokkan Fest, Kaioken Goku, and a Scouter Vegeta. Let's get that going. And that'll just print money. This card will be very, very good. Until then, it's going to stay on the North, South, West, East Kai tier. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move up to the Supreme Kai tier. This man is pretty spectacular. LR Baby can hit so hard if he's facing pure Saiyans or hybrid Saiyans. Unfortunately, if he's facing anybody else, he's still going to be good, but he's just not going to be as good as he can be. But this dude's pretty good. Artificial life forms, obviously getting more and more buffs. We're going to keep on getting more and more artificial life forms. That's going to make his category even better. And yeah, when we get more GT units, he'll become even stronger. One character that is very strong already, the trio androids. These dudes on the androids team are just harmonious. It's like they're just singing together and they're making us love the sound that they sing. They're a support unit. They hit hard. When they exchange into 16, they hit so hard. It's pretty ridiculous. Unfortunately, you have to run them on Android's team. Like, they don't really make sense to be run on any other team in reality. But I think they're that good where even though they're limited, they're good enough where we don't really want to worry about their limitations, right? We don't have to worry about it. Another unit that we talk about limitations, we talk about lack of defense. This man has a lack of defense, all right? I know a lot of people wanted to see the LR Tech Broly higher, but he only has 100% defense. Like that's just not cutting it on certain big events. Now, his plus is that he can do an obscene amount of damage. I mean, just absolutely ridiculous, redonkulous damage. He does it. And his active skill is phenomenal too. Like, just giving himself so much ki in that attack is, you absolutely love to see it. But again, you put him on very difficult events and he gets hit, boy, oh boy, he's going to take a lot of damage. And so putting him on this Supreme Kai is controversial, but that's the reason, because he just can't take too many hits. I'll tell you, some guys who can get some hits are the, baby, Goku Vegeta and Goku Vegeta. The 3-year anniversary units, yes, I am putting them mighty high, and it's because I'm still mighty high on them. Listen, with the introduction of the Strength Vegito, I've been using the Intelligence Vegito a lot more, and I've just always liked to use the Physical Gogeta too, and oh man, these guys are so good still. Like, even in their non-transformed state, they still have very good defense. I think they're at 130% attack and defense. They're still going to do phenomenal damage. You cannot downplay how good it is to get so much ki from rainbow orbs. Just 18 keying all the time on their super attacks. It feels so good. And then when they both transform, they're amazing in each other's, in each other's transformation. Vegito is critting counters like crazy. Gogeta is just doing bombs of damage and taking none in return. Like, you never have to worry about them when they transform. They're just that good. So these dudes are still phenomenal. Very, very slept on. A unit that I'm going to put here, which I may want to put higher, but I don't know. It's just like, sometimes he does well, sometimes he just kind of disappoints, is the Intelligence Lrcell. He's a defensive beast. He can do fairly good damage, and when he transforms, he can hit really, really hard. But I just feel like, I don't know, there's something missing about him that is just not tying it together for me. And maybe he does belong to be in the Guide Angel tier, but I'm going to leave him in the God of Destruction tier for now. I still think that he's fantastic. He's really, really good. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe you guys can convince me to put him up higher, but for now, there's just something about him that makes me want to put him on par with the 3-year androids. Another unit that I would say is on par with the 3-year androids is the Broly Trio. The reason why I'm putting the movie Broly in this level and not anything higher is because, I mean, look at the categories that he's on. Movie bosses, and then he's on Joint Forces. That is it. His links are wonky enough where he doesn't really have a fantastic linking partner. Now, what saves him is, or what saves them, is their passive. The passive is a beautiful, beautiful passive. They can be a defensive support. They can be an offensive support. They can do an insane amount. Let me try that again from the very top. They can do an insane amount of damage. There you go. That's how you talk. And they can guarantee dodge. That's wild. So I believe if their passive was on a Goku or Vegeta card, they'd be one of the best characters in the game. Just no cap. They're fantastic. But unfortunately, because of their links, because of the fact that they're only on 2 categories, I do have to knock them down a few pegs. A guy who's strong as well here that I'm not going to knock down a few pegs is the Intelligence God Goku. He is just top tier for those first few turns. After that, he's still really good. You do have to have him with certain units to be at his strongest. That is a little, it is whatever, kind of limits him just a little bit, but not enough to drop him down further. He's still fantastic. He can still hit very hard. He can defend very well. You know how it is. One guy that I'm actually dropping down a little bit, I had him really high up here, but we're going to put him in the Guide Angel tier, is the Lrui Goku Black. I mean, this dude does unspeakable amounts of damage, and if he's able to super attack, the fact that he greatly raises his defense is fantastic. If he can get a double super attack off, then he's fine. But besides that, he can get hit fairly hard. That's a big drawback, especially if he gets hit first. That is a very big drawback to him. But besides that, I really love this card. Again, he's a Goku Black. Their links are incredible. They just don't have bad links. It's pretty great. But yeah, I really like him. And we're going to bring another unit that I really like, which is the Lrui Goku Frieza. They hit like a truck full of bricks. And they don't stop. The only problem with them, again, just like the Lrui, they do have to attack first before they can gain their buff, which is super annoying. But the lowering of attack that they do, and then they increase their ultra, is a beautiful thing. Also, the fact that, so like essentially, if you have double Lrui Goku Frieza on rotation, you have one of them lower the attack, the other one will gain that buff, which is great. Or if you have like an MVP 17, or if you have like a Tech 10, there's a lot of units now that lower attack, and then he'll be able to just clean up. Also, I think LR Jiren lowers attack, doesn't he? This homie right here. That is a fierce combo for the Realm of Gods, or Tournament of Power type categories. Just very, very strong. Another homie who's very, very strong that I'm going to put in this Guide Angel tier is Super Saiyan Goku. Now, I've had him higher before, but the reason why we're putting him here is, again, limitations, guys. He does have to have 2 Super Saiyans in his rotation to hit his max, to be able to get those nice, beautiful orbs to be as strong as possible. So, I mean, most units are going to have Super Saiyan that he's going to be on a team with, so it's not that much of a drawback. But, again, it is a slight limitation. Now, he's fantastic. He can defend very well. He can attack very well. He can make his own orbs. Oh, my goodness, it's so good. It's tempting me to put him in the Grand Priest tier, but I'm going to leave him here for now. And yeah, we'll leave him here. Another 2 units that we'll leave here are, boom, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4 Goku. We're leaving them in the Guide Angel tier. I do think that the Goku is slightly better than Vegeta. I always go back and forth. Sometimes I'll put Goku here. Sometimes I'll put him here. His category is much better than Vegeta's. Let's be honest. Goku's family, one of the most broken categories in the game. Vegeta's family is still very, very good, but nowhere near as good as Goku's family. Like, you have way too many good Gokus and Gohans and stuff like that in the game to even contest. Whereas, you have some pretty good Trunks and Vegetas, but it's just not even close. But they essentially have like the same kit, just kind of mirrored a bit. He gains defense while starting with attack. He starts with attack while gaining defense. The super attack I do have to give to Goku, the fact that he massively raises his defense on his 12 and then does both on his 18, whereas Vegeta only massively raises the attack on the 12, does both on the 18. Sometimes you're not going to be able to get that 18 key super, and that 12 key raising your defense is clutch and not getting killed. So I do love units that raise their defense over raising their attack. Okay, Grand Priest tier. Wow, we're flying through this video. Let's see if we can make it less than 30. Probably not. Grand Priest tier. I'm throwing Lr Gohan on the Grand Priest tier. He's been showing up and showing out, man. Particularly if you put him on a team where he can actually transform. Holy crap, what a concept. He will do obscene, unnatural amounts of damage. It's disturbing. You don't want to look at the screen when it happens because you think someone's going to go to jail. But his links are really well. I love units that give themselves attack and ki and defense as the turn goes or as the battle goes, or just like any kind of, if he doesn't have a lot of ki links, that's fine. He's going to give himself ki. Love that. He starts off 100% attack and defense. Well, he's going to give himself attack and defense every turn. Love that. He can do consistently 4 million damage every turn while stacking his defense. Love that. And his category is fantastic. Kamehameha, one of the best categories in the entire game, so that's why he deserves to be there. Another one that deserves to be there, Lrcell and Caulifla. They're still just as good as you guys remember. Still, in my opinion, the best defensive unit in the game, simply because they stack their defense faster than any other unit in the game, and they stack dodge up to 66%. That is almost as good as Lrui Goku, and Lrui Goku only has 70% for a limited amount of turns. Kale and Caulifla, once they stack that, they just have it forever. Plus, they're infinitely stacking defense. That makes no sense. And they could do obscene amounts of damage. I don't know why I love saying obscene, but it just is. It's just nasty amounts of damage. Another boy who can do nasty amounts of damage are these boys, the Go Bros, Gohan and Goten. Man, they hit really hard. They still have the record that I've seen for the fastest Legendary Goku event, which was done in 6 minutes. I saw it on the Dokkan Battle subreddit. Homie did it in 6 minutes. Now, he did say that it took him like 60 turns to get it that low, meaning like 60 tries, I should say. And he just got, it was 100% Go Bros. He got lucky on crits and multiple super attacks and stuff like that, but that was the fastest. It was like 6 minutes, 40 seconds, 6:30, something like that. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, the Go Bros can output so much damage, and they do the same thing that Gohan does, except they gain their attack and defense when they attack, similar to the Kale and Caulifla. The beautiful thing about them, they also gain ki, so that's great because they only have one ki link, so doing that makes it so they have multiple ki links. Now, or they get multiple ki every turn. What I also love about them is fully stacked up, they're over 200% attack and defense. Like, that's amazing. So they'll still be able to tank fairly well, and I really love that. For now, we are going to put one more in the Grand Priest tier, the new Super Saiyan 2 Angel Vegeta. I think he is phenomenal. I think people are sleeping on him already. The only reason I'm putting him in this tier is because limitation. To be his best, he needs a Majin Buu category Goku on his team. Now, there's a decent amount of Majin Buu category Gokus, right? Even ones that are paired up. We're talking about this boy right here, this Goku from the Majin Buu category, Saga category, from the Majin Buu Saga category with this Vegeta here who transforms into Vegito. They would count. The strength Goku and Angel Vegeta, who transform into Super Saiyan Vegito, they would count. And then, like, all those Super Saiyan 2 Gokus would count. The Goku's fighting Vegeta, like, there's like 9 Gokus from the Majin Buu Saga category that you can legitimately run with him. So it's not the end of the world, but it is a little bit of a limitation. The other thing that makes me not put him in the top tier is, and I don't know if this is a bug or not, he only gains his defense after he super attacks, which is strange because in his passive, he says with every ki he gets, he gains 4% attack and defense, right? Every time he gains ki, 4% attack and defense. So you would assume if you give him 10 ki and it's like 10 AGL orbs, then he's going to gain 40% attack and defense, right? You would assume that. Well, that is not the case because, well, I'll put it like this. It is the case. It just does not happen until he actually attacks. It will not show up until he actually attacks, that is not how it's written. If it was written where he gains the bonus before he super attacks, kind of like the tech Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and the physical Super Saiyan Blue Goku, the TURs, Extreme Z Awake, no, just Awakened TURs. Actually, they're not even EZA. They're just normal TURs. God, they're so good. Then I think he would be in the top tier. I think he'd be one of the best LRs in the game, to be honest. But unfortunately, he has to attack first to gain that defense. And that makes it so you can't put him in that first slot to get hit before he attacks. If he gets hit before he attacks, then his attack is only at like 80 to 100 to 120k, right? Like, it's okay. It's just not top tier. So that's the reason why I put him in Grand Prix tier. Maybe we'll put him up higher. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see. Okay, Zeno tier. Let's finish this up. First off, Lrui Goku. Oh my goodness, I forgot one. All right. We'll get to... Sorry, my boy. We'll get to Homeboy in a second. Zeno tier has Lrui Goku in it. I mean, he is one of the best defensive units in the games. Definitely for the first few turns, he's absolutely monstrous. And then after that, 50% chance to dodge. Even then, fully stacked up, he's over 200% attack and defense. He does a lot of damage. He negates the guard for the entire rotation, which is great. He's just a really very good card. All right, let me put... I'm sorry, my boy. I forgot you. He's going here. I was not saving him for Zeno tier, guys. He was sorry, Full Power Frieza. You go with these boys, okay? Be happy. You're next to Vegeta. You're next to these guys. You know what I mean? Like, just be happy. Just be happy. Okay. Blue Boys going up here too. I mean, you guys could kind of see who's going up here. Blue Boys going up there. Strength Vegito going up there, and LR Bootanks going up here. The Blue Fusions, obviously, we're putting up there because they just do a whole lot. They lead one of the best categories in the game in Last Resort. Vegito leads Potara, which is absolutely broken. Fusion's getting better and better as time goes on. And, I mean, what can I say? They're just so good. They give themselves ki. They do multiple attacks. Gogeta does the attacks effective against all. Vegito does the guaranteed additional super attack. They build up their defense as they super attack. They also build it up as they attack. So again, they're over 200% attack and defense. So they can take hits even if they don't get a super attack off. But if they get a super attack off, then you don't have to worry about them at all. Their active skill is absolutely monstrous. Like, they're just fantastic. And the same thing you can say about the Goku and Vegeta. This Vegito here, the fact that they give themselves 30% damage reduction, the fact that they gain more ki with every orb, just like the LR Bootanks, that cannot be understated. Wow, that makes it so 18 keys are just a breeze. Just a breeze. And then the Bootanks, like 18 key stacking defense, 12 key stacking attack. My. He is good on short events. He is good on long events. When he transforms, he hits so damn hard. It's not even funny. And then this guy with his crit counters. Oh, goodness. I absolutely love it. But there you go, guys. This is my LR tier list for September's. If you think it sucks, please let me know in the comments down below. I want to hear why you think it's not good, or what you think should change. Again, positive not positive feedback, but constructive criticism is the term. If it's just negative, this list sucks, then it's like, dude, why do you even waste typing that? No one's going to pay attention to you. You know what I mean? But if you actually go, you know what? Intelligent Cell actually is much better because you can do this with him and he's done this on this and blah, blah, blah. Then I'm like, oh, okay, let me reply and see what's going on. But there it is, man. September's list. I'm happy with it, bro. Zeno tier is getting stacked, is it not? That's crazy. Dokkan Battle has just been releasing insane LRs. And look at the Japan only, by the way. These, I'll give you a hint, guys. These Jiren and the Blue Boys here, they ain't gonna be on the bottom half. they gonna be up here for sure. So be expecting that list when they eventually come out over on Global. Listen, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, consider what you're doing with your life. Go ahead and gently rub that sub button, gingerly ring that bell button, lovingly kiss the like button. Mwah! As always, this is Periodic. See y'all in the next video.